Hello, it's Christine here with the Express to Impress podcast. The words we use to describe ourselves professionally shape the way others perceive us, so we must think carefully about the words we choose. In previous episodes, you learned how to talk about yourself when meeting someone for the first time, asking for help with your job search, and answering questions in a job interview. Today, you'll learn how to write about yourself on LinkedIn so that recruiters and employers discover you. You'll learn common mistakes and how to correct them so you write a LinkedIn profile that stands out. Many people understand the value of a strong resume, but they miss the mark when it comes to their LinkedIn profiles. People come to me to enhance their resumes while they are content to have copy and paste LinkedIn profiles. I contend your LinkedIn profile is even more important than your resume. Why? For starters, your LinkedIn profile is more robust than your resume. You can add multimedia, join professional organizations, list more accomplishments, among other features. More importantly, you can display others' recommendations for you and their endorsements, which carry more weight. It's also something that is dynamic and shows what you're doing now. You can use it daily and leave a digital footprint, all while building your personal brand. It's the living, breathing version of your resume. Finally, when you apply for jobs through LinkedIn, the person viewing your application will see a breakdown of how your profile aligns with the job description, including your skills. While you have limited space on a resume to list your skills, you can incorporate keywords throughout your profile as well as in your skills and endorsement profile section on LinkedIn. Plus, when you apply for jobs with a premium LinkedIn account, you can see how you compare to other candidates and how many people have applied. In some cases, it won't be worth your time to apply for the job. Recruiters and HR professionals in the US and many other countries turn first to LinkedIn to find and vet candidates. So building a LinkedIn profile that stands out is worth your time. Before writing content for your profile, take some time to identify your target audience. For job seekers, your target audience is employers and recruiters. It's also essential to identify the keywords you will incorporate throughout your profile. Employers and recruiters search for candidates by using keywords from the job descriptions they wish to fill. Therefore, to be included in their results, your profile must have the appropriate keywords. Finally, you need to build your professional LinkedIn network, as you are more likely to show up in search results if you have shared connections with a recruiter or employer. Start by going after the low-hanging fruit. Send invitations to connect with a personalized message to current or previous coworkers, classmates, or people you know through volunteering. The story section of today's episode will be brief. I'll share some common mistakes I have seen in the LinkedIn profiles of my students and clients. Then we'll dive into how to fix these mistakes in the tips section. The first mistake I've seen is writing a headline that is too short. Most people include their job title and company name, using less than 50 characters out of the 120 character limit. Others use the headline to announce they are unemployed. Let's look at the second mistake: leaving the About section empty or writing only a few sentences. Third mistake: using a profile photo that is not high quality or professional. And the final mistake is writing too few skills in the skills and endorsement section. Before we look at how to fix these mistakes, I'll mention a couple of tips relevant to job seekers changing locations and making career changes. To show up in search results, the location listed on your LinkedIn profile must align with where you are looking for jobs, so it can be different from where you live presently. As for the industry you list on your profile, it should be the direction you want to take your career, which may differ from the industry you are in now. Now let's turn our attention to how to fix common LinkedIn mistakes. The headline, about section, and skills and endorsement sections of your LinkedIn profile play a crucial role in ensuring your visibility to HR professionals and recruiters. Cutting corners, like using LinkedIn's suggested headline, won't bring home the bacon. You must choose your words carefully and include keywords. Your headline is the most widely read section of your profile, so take your time and choose your words carefully. Your LinkedIn headline should be specific, targeted, and written in your voice. Here are some items you may include in your headline to maximize the 120 character limit. First, you can include a description of your position or professional title. For example, you could write Marketing and Communications Leader or Director of Marketing and Communications. Second, you should add 2 to 3 keywords, such as hard skills a recruiter would search for. These are your skills or specialties. For instance, a front-end developer could add the 3 words HTML, CSS, and JavaScript before their job title. Third, you can include your value and purpose. For example, an investor could share the geographic region they target, such as focused on growth in St. Louis. And finally, you can list your company name. Keep in mind a position and keywords are vital in your headline, while a purpose and the company you work for may be less important. If you want to advance your career at your current place of employment, or your employer is well known, including the company name in your headline can be a significant advantage. Coaches and salespeople need to tell customers what they can do for them, so including their value and purpose or personal brand promise is a good idea. When you follow this formula, readers will have a clear idea of who you are, whom you work for, and what you do. Now let's take a look at your LinkedIn summary. Your LinkedIn summary is the second most widely read section of your profile, and it's where you write your elevator pitch. Your writing should be less formal than the summary section of your resume. The tone should be more conversational, and you can even use I throughout it. Imagine you're telling your professional story to someone you meet. You have up to 2,000 characters, which is roughly 350 to 400 words. For maximum impact, I suggest writing at least 140 words. So, what should you write in this section? Start by recalling achievements and success stories from your career. Maybe you're proud of an honor you received. Perhaps you've come to understand your greatest strengths, be it skills or qualities. And of course, you should share what gets you out of bed in the morning. That is, what you love doing or what drives you. Be sure to quantify your achievements as numbers stand out to readers and help you make your case. Ultimately, your summary should be enjoyable to read and reveal your personality. Don't focus so much on including keywords that your summary becomes dense or long and cumbersome to read. Now let's consider what makes a great professional photo for your LinkedIn profile. The first impression you make on recruiters and potential employers will come from your picture, so it is worth paying a professional to get a great photo. Here are some tips for getting the perfect picture. First, you want to choose attire that is representative of the job you are seeking. If you are aiming for a leadership role, wearing business attire will be best. Second, you should choose a neutral background. Third, you should look at the camera and smile. And finally, when looking at your options, choose a picture that makes you come across as competent, likable, and influential. Finally, let's look at adding skills to the skills and endorsement section of your profile. Add your keywords here, though make sure only to choose skills that you've mastered and that others would be willing to verify you have. You can add up to 50 hard and soft skills, and being modest will only hurt your chances of being discovered on LinkedIn. So add away. LinkedIn makes your top 3 skills visible to everyone who views your profile, so put extra thought into them. Perhaps they are your top skills, the skills most desired in the role you are seeking, or a combination. Ideally, your professional network will be willing to endorse you for these skills. Don't worry, you can change the order at any time. Besides adding skills based on the keywords you have identified, search for people working in the position you wish to obtain and see the skills they list, paying special attention to their top 3. Now you know the basics of how to write a LinkedIn profile that stands out. I'm excited to announce my newest online video course, How to Create a LinkedIn Profile That Gets You Job Offers. In the course, I go into more depth on how to write a LinkedIn profile that stands out. You will see examples of outstanding LinkedIn headlines, summaries, and photos. You will learn how to elevate your profile, engage with others, and maintain your privacy while using LinkedIn. Finally, you will get actionable steps to create an online presence that will help you in your career. Visit my website at express-2-impress.com to learn more and sign up. At just 45 minutes, it is the shortest course I offer and at a price I hope is accessible for everyone. You can view one of the lessons in the course for free on my website and get 15% off when you use the coupon code PODCAST15 at the checkout. In the next part of the episode, I'll cover the idioms and phrases I used for people looking to build their English vocabulary. First, we have cutting corners. Here's how I used it. Cutting corners, like using LinkedIn's suggested headline, won't bring home the bacon. It means doing something poorly to save time or money. Next, we have bring home the bacon. I used it in that same sentence I mentioned previously. Cutting corners, like using LinkedIn's suggested headline, won't bring home the bacon. It means to earn money for your family. Next, we have make a case for something. And here's how I used it. Be sure to quantify your achievements, as numbers stand out to readers and help you make your case. It means to state the reasons why something should be done. Next, we have miss the mark. Here's how I used it. Many people understand the value of a strong resume, but they miss the mark when it comes to their LinkedIn profiles. It means to be slightly mistaken, incorrect, or inaccurate. And finally, we have carry more weight. Here's how I used it. More importantly, you can display others' recommendations for you and their endorsements, which carry more weight. We use this when something is more important or influential than something in comparison. All right. If there is a communication topic or problem that you're facing at work and want me to discuss it on the podcast, I invite you to send me an email to tell me about it. You can reach me at hello@express-2-impress.com. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Express to Impress podcast. If you found it helpful, please share it with a friend. I hope to see you next time. Bye.